You know, most dealerships are being squeezed operationally. How are we going to help our leaders to understand profitability? You know, is it important for them to understand and dig in, looking at like work mix, a domestic versus an import, understanding by advisor, by technician? Is it okay to just be at that super high level, or do you really need to dig into that visibility?
Yeah, I mean, I think from my perspective, if you're only looking at things from a high level, you die by 1,000 paper cuts because there's a lot of nuances, in the building. Again, as we talked about, you may have, 10 service advisors, you have maybe 40, 40 technicians, and I think the thing that is important is leveraging technology. So obviously, our organization has a great partnership with Dynatron, and the data that we're able to get is invaluable because you're able to quickly, at a higher level glance, but quickly look at the details, and it enables you, you can't fix what you don't know, and because there's so many moving pieces, it's really critical to understand where you have those gaps or where you have those areas where you're missing out on opportunity. And so really, I think embracing technology, to get that data of how an advisor's performing, like Robert alluded to, if you've got an advisor that's below the benchmark of where you need to be in ELR or whatever metric that you're focusing on, then you have an action item of where you can go back to, how you can coach that individual. At the end of the day, it's not about necessarily doing it wrong, but it's about giving your managers and your leaders in the store an opportunity to go back and coach your team members on the right way to do it so that you have long-term sustained growth.
Yeah, you know what I love about Dynatron is that I'm a data guy, and I got a lot of data dashboard, and it's easy to drill down all the way to the technician and find out where you have leaks going on, where you may have an advisor that has a lower effective labor rate. And it makes it very easy for someone like me or the service director to quickly identify where there's opportunity to improve sales, gross profit, and net profits in the fixed operations department.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, go back to it again. And the data is so important because that's how what we use to coach and lead, right? And so giving people an idea of how they can get to a certain level, why there's a certain benchmark, it helps out, right? They have a way to see how they're going to get to the desired results. So it's just data is extremely important, and Dynatron definitely provides it.